Welcome everybody, my name is Mr. Llama and this is just going to be a regular cast. I have been doing a ton of my winning in 40 APM or less as of late, but I'm going to also be mixing in some casts just between some pro players. So this is going to be between AcerNerchio, the blue Zerg, spawning up in the top right, and spawning down in the bottom left duo of FXOLoWeLy. So this is from the Korean ladder, I do believe. And it's going to be a ZVZ on Atlantis Spaceship. And I am so happy to be saying that name because I just spent, I can't even tell you how many minutes looking for the name of this map. I remembered it because I'd cast on this map before, and I kind of remembered it. I remember casting it, I remembered kind of the name, but I couldn't remember the full name. And in Blizzard's new 1.5 patch, which is oh so lovely and everybody just loves completely, by the way, strange. Alright, looks like we have Lowly opening up very, very strangely to me. Is this going to be an 11 hatch or something like that? No, he's going to be making the drones there. Okay. So just a opening up with 11 and then getting an Overlord. Interesting choice. So I've never actually seen that before. But like I was saying, with Blizzard's new 1.5 patch right there, which is so annoying, just has so many little bugs and errors and glitches and stuff that they've been working on and trying to fix. But one of the problems with it is that it no longer shows the maps when you click on a replay. So before you could click a replay and it would say the players, the map, and then the time and stuff. Well, now it doesn't show you what the map is. It shows you a picture of it, but it doesn't tell you the name of it. And yeah, so when you have maps like Atlantis Spaceship, which you only cast once, once every few weeks or something like that, because it's just not as popular. It's not I guess this wouldn't be a ladder game then because it's not a ladder map, and it has supply depots. So it is a game between the two players, non-ladder, I suppose. Then it said just from BNet, so I guess it's just a custom game between the two players. But yeah, so when you do cast games like this on maps that aren't very well known, can be a little difficult. So if you ever get a chance to talk to Blizzard, please go ahead and throw in that feedback and say, hey, we go ahead and add on the map names to the replays like you had it back in all the previous patches, because that is just annoying. So it looks like both players will be opening up with a hatch first, getting their geysers, getting their pools up now. It looks like Lowly was taking his just slightly later than his opponent Nerchio, so that should give him just a tiny advantage over his opponent. But so far, we'll just kind of have to wait and see where each player is going to go. As you can see, Nerchio is going to have speed first. And then we'll see exactly what they do when they pull off the drones off of their gas, because that's going to be a huge tell, of course, for what they're doing. So it looks like Nerchio pulling just one guy off of gas as of now, going to be leaving two on, which will allow him to get up a Baneling nest there. But I would imagine it's just going to be more defensive if he is just going to be leaving two guys on the extractor right there, so just so he can drone up a lot behind it and then get out a few lings for defensive purposes, of course, to morph in some banes in the event of an attack. And it looks like Lowly going to be dropping his Baneling nest now, so not even getting speed right there. Lowly with one guy on his gas right there is just going for Banelings and that Spinecrawler, not even going to opt for speed, and we see the Baneling nest now going down for Nerchio, but I have a feeling he's just going to continue droning behind this and not do too much pressure with it, considering he still only has, now he does have three guys on his gas, so he did put one back on, getting a Spinecrawler right now, 4 lings streaming across the map, and once he gets there and sees no speed for his opponent, it may change his strategy and what exactly he's going to decide to do. So it looks like Lowly has pumped out an extra queen and has a 4th queen on the way as well, so being very, very defensive with that here. And these lings are going to be able to sneak by as the queens are just focusing down this supply depot. They're going to try and pick off a drone. Will they get it? Yes, they'll get one drone right there, so nice pick. Trying to get a second one. They may get this second drone here, and that could be huge. Nicely done by Nerchio, and he's going to be able to almost get up for the scout, but unfortunately the Spinecrawler makes the long reach right there and is going to go ahead and deny any of that scouting information. So fast lair going down for Nerchio. It looks like he's also going to be taking a 3rd base, so teching up a lot right here, and I like this decision because his opponent does not have speed And so without speed, Lowly's really not going to be able to do any sort of pressure. There's no Roach Warren down for him right now. And Nerchio really doesn't know that, but he at least knows that there's no speed whatsoever. So if there was going to be some sort of all-in, at least you would see speed, you would imagine. So both players just continue to drone. Nerchio going to get up into the main. He's going to see that a lair is morphing right there, and he's going to feel pretty okay. It looks like, as he also sees the double gas right here, so this indicates Muta play possibly. But he is throwing down the Roach Horn and double extractor, so just kidding. He will be taking a lot of gas, so that's going to be fast tech regardless. And as you can see, Nerchio as well, going to be grabbing his additional geysers and also throwing down Roach Evo. So both players going to be going for the Roach Evo combination there, and I'm interested to see what Lowly's going to do with all this faster early gas. Already going to start with an Overseer. I guess the double upgrades will be requiring a lot of gas. Usually players will just get 3 geysers for that. But no, he's going to be taking that 4th, and this 3rd base from Nerchio is about to finish. So this is huge right here, and this is going to put him in a great position if he's able to start saturating this right here. He's just going to have to be careful, of course, for some sort of timing here with roaches that could push out for Lowly. So both players starting their speed. They both have the 1-1 upgrades going down, and it's looking fairly even across the board in that. In terms of harvesters, they're exactly equal. So these players playing extremely similar to each other, just slight differences in their timings. But the one main difference is that Nerchio has the 3rd base, and Lowly is going to see this. And what is he going to do? Is he going to be making a push? It looks like 11 roaches on the way as soon as he scouted that. So he's going to be making a push over there and then taking a 3rd base behind his own, I would imagine, as he pushes over here to deny these Zerglings so he can start throwing down his own 3rd base. And I'd imagine also fast tech, there it is, the infestation pit coming down from Lowly, because he has to get ahead some way, or at least catch up in some way, and so he's going to go about it through the tech route instead of through the 3rd base route, since that's already been established there by Nerchio. So here come the drones now filing out, heading over to Nerchio's base. The thing is, though, Nerchio knows exactly what's going up with this Overlord. He knows what's happening, so he's going to be making roaches of his own. He has an infestation pit, and he has a decent number of roaches right there as well. We have 17 roaches versus 16 roaches, so I would imagine Nerchio will be able to defend this. He just hopefully doesn't want to lose too many drones here. And it looks like we're going to have an engagement here as the roaches do head over. They're going to be caught in kind of an iffy situation. I still think Nerchio should have this battle right here. Upgrades, though, have finished for Lowly, but they haven't finished for Nerchio right here. So I feel like if he were to have turned and attacked, he could actually have won this until the reinforcements at least did catch up. And there they are. So now speed's finished for both players, and they're just going to run away. In the meantime, though, we do have a pack of 7 roaches headed over there towards the main. And it looks like they will be stopped, though, by Nerchio, as he does have the good scout right there. And with his upgrades done as well, should be in a fine position. So Nerchio now pushing back Lowly here down on this bottom, and it looks like we are going to see a little engagement. Another skirmish right here. Once again, these roaches have backed off, and these roaches are going to push forward and try and do what they can. Focus down a couple of roaches, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do too much there. They're going to be forced to back off. In the meantime, Infestors on the way for Lowly. He also has Burrow done right there. Where is his infestation pit? There it is. So that's what I was wondering, if he got pathogen glands. He did not actually. Instead, he opted to get the infestors first, so a little bit of a mistake, I'd want to say right there, as you rarely see players build infestors before they do get those pathogen glands down. So neither player has yet to get pathogen glands. I would imagine Nerchio is going to be grabbing it fairly soon, but they both just continue to be pumping out these roaches, working on their upgrades. 2-2 has been started, and there's pathogen glands finally now for Nerchio. So Lowly's still getting all these infestors out, and I guess he's just going to opt to let them build the energy by themselves as opposed to getting the upgrades, which is a little strange for me. I like this wall right here with the spore crawler. This is going to deny any sort of infestors, burrowed infestors heading into the main, as well as provide a little bit of defense just for some roaches pushing into this choke right here. So it really allows him to focus on defending his 3rd base, whereas opposed to Nerchio has to defend on both fronts with his roaches. And infestors could, of course, also run into either part if they were burrowed. So he does have Burrow finished. Lowly does. So if he wants, and there we go, another wall being thrown down of spines. So while Lowly works on the spine count, Nerchio is just going to continue expanding and macroing up here. He's taking a 4th base. I'm not quite sure. I like this second wall right here by Lowly. I kind of wish he would have invested in a fourth hatch with 3 of these spines instead, as he does have a 7 spines over here and 4 right there. So that's a lot. And double spore crawler as well. Very interesting choice there for Lowly. So I feel like Nerchio's in a great position. He also has infestors popping out, and they will have the pathogen glands upgrades, so they will pop with enough energy for fungals in the event that they need it. And does he have Burrow researched? No, he does not. So it's going to be Burrow versus Unburrow right there. And he's going to have to carry an Overseer with him the entire game from now on. If he gets caught without it, it could be deadly. And here we do see that the 4th has been taken. Now he's going to be moving up the Spine Crawlers and the Spore Crawlers right there. And adding on additional Spine Crawlers as well. So Lowly loves his defense, it looks like. And do we have Hive Tech? Yes, we do. Extremely early, or a lot earlier there for Lowly, taken at least in the around 1330, I'd imagine, while we do have Nerchio just starting his Hive Tech right now. So what will the Hive Tech constitute? And even more Spine Crawlers going up. What are we going to be seeing out of these players? Will we be seeing some Broodlords possibly? Will they be moving just for the Ultralist tech? I'm very interested. Or will it simply be for getting the +3 upgrades? So all these infestors chilling over here at this 3rd, kind of in a dangerous position by themselves. But of course they do have fungal growth, so it looks like he's defending roaches right here, and then infestors over here at his 3rd base. While Lowly is just depending on all these static defenses right here. And 5th base not going to be taken. I thought that was a drone. Just an Overlord, just kidding. But we are going to see a push out here fairly soon from Nerchio, as I would expect, considering he is maxed. He also has the upgrade advantage for just a slightly longer time. If he can hit in the next 35 seconds, it could be huge. But it looks like he's going to wait just long enough to let these upgrades here finish, and 9 more infestors for Lowly. So how many units does he have? He has 11 infestors versus actually the 12 of Nerchio, so I shouldn't even be surprised. Nerchio has 12 versus what's going to be 13, so a lot of infestors for both players, and they're sticking to those infestor roach armies for the time being. They also have spires being built, so it looks like they will be transitioning into the Broodlord play once this engagement does complete, as if it does not end the game, of course, since we are going to have roaches and infestors pushing down this right side. Lowly, of course, with all the overload spread out, does see this, so the engagement may be occurring over here, though I'd be surprised if Nerchio does not back out once he does engage into this point. As you can see, look at all of these Spine Crawlers. This is just going to be a very difficult thing to deal with, but nice infested Terrans being thrown up here into this 4th base. That's going to be extremely difficult. He's not going to be able to deal with that, actually. He has to keep his forces down here to deal with all of this, and it looks like we're going to have the engagement right here. Nice fungals do go down there, able to get all of those roaches right there. Fungal growth going down from both players. Who's going to start spewing out the infested Terrans first? You have to remember that Lowly has a lot more energy on these infestors because of the infestors that went up and killed his 4th base right there. He also has Burrow. He needs to be careful, though. He's losing a ton of infestors, and Nerchio able to do so much damage right there. And look at the supplies, 190 to 170. Both players having to rebuild. Greater Spire is now underway for Nerchio. So even though Lowly got his Spire first, he has yet to morph it. And he also has a bunch of drones chilling there waiting to go mine. But he doesn't have a 4th base up because it was killed from some beautiful play right there by Nerchio. I feel like Nerchio has really put the game into his favor. There we go. The Greater Spire is now starting here for, there it is, for our player FXOLoWeLy, and he's also going to start pushing out with these Spine Crawlers, taking his 4th base right over here. And I actually like this position. Oh, there's not many mineral patches, though. And only 1 Vespene Geyser, so he's actually going to be double expanding. But I like that he's avoiding this area. Okay, so he is going to be triple expand, actually, and that could be deadly for him, as Nerchio is now going to be pushing in over here on to the right side at his 3rd base. So this is possibly going to fall. He doesn't have very much at all. Where are all of his units is my question. They all die off or what? He has 37 roaches. Oh, he has a Nidus Canal actually going up in the main here of Nerchio. I was going to say, I don't see these units anywhere on the map. They're actually over here, so they're going to be able to pick off this roach horn right here. And a lot of roaches, I feel like, are not attacking, and they're just kind of glitching around. So they should be attacking fairly soon. There we go. And now we're going to see Nerchio continuing to push up. Roaches pulling in. The drones being pulled for attacking. Still no pathogen gland upgrade for FXOLoWeLy, so that is definitely a mistake by this point in the game. He just has to spew out some infested Terrans. However, the Hive goes down, the Roachworm goes down. A lot of the tech right there for Nerchio has gone down. He's making a few Corruptors. Some Broodlords are already on the way, so that's going to be very difficult for him to deal with. In the meantime, we see that Nerchio still trying to do whatever he can. FXOLoWeLy trying to hold on. It looks like Lowly is able to do a ton of damage, though, back here in the base, but I have to feel like Nerchio is in such a great position with Broodlords on the way. And although he does have the Spine Crawler, I don't think there's any Corruptors out on the field right now. No, there's not for Lowly. So once those Broodlords can eventually possibly clean this up, he should be in a great position. In the meantime, we do have these bases that have gone up. However, there are no drones left for mining right there. Some Spine Crawlers being thrown up for emergency. But if you look at the income tab, it's 26 drones left. It looks like he's finally going to be able to clean this up. However, the Roachworm does go down, and now Nerchio is going to be streaming in with some infestors right there, and I love that play. Going to be moving up right into the main there and just kind of chilling, letting them gain energy so he can throw out some infested Terrans whenever he wishes. In the meantime, though, all of these roaches doing so much damage. They're going to be picking off the natural. They picked off the Hive. Greater Spire went down. Infestation Pit went down. And a lot of tech has been killed off. And has he rebuilt it? Yes, he has. There's the Roach Warren and Spawning Pool. And that looks like all the tech he's going to be off of. And whoa, there's 3 extractors on this base at this point. That is crazy. It's a little bit further away, but that's really cool to see. I've never seen that. I don't think I ever looked into Rich Vespene Geyser too. Nuts. So I guess that's because it can so easily be picked off by anything running down here at this bottom. So Nerchio going to be working off those 3 geysers right there, and it looks like this base has also gone down for Nerchio. So he's going to be trying to expand to that, and it looks like Lowly is in a difficult situation. He's going to be getting out a couple of Corruptors, or 1 Corruptor. Does he have any? No. So he has 1 Corruptor on the field. You have to remember that there's still at least a few Corruptors, 4, if not more. Yeah, 4 Corruptors and 9 Broodlords here for Nerchio. So he is going to be in a great position, and he's just now going to go ahead and push forward and lay siege on this expansion here of Lowly. So as much as I want Lowly to be able to come back from this, I feel like it's going to be extremely difficult, considering he does not have that Spire and those Corruptors to really deal with this army whatsoever. So these are just going to continue to lay into his expansion right there. He's going to be trying to move around with some Lings, head over here and deny this expansion. As you can see, he's done a great job denying expansions. He's killed off so many, and these roaches are going to go in, and they're actually going to kill the last hatch off for Nerchio. So Nerchio is actually hatchless until anything like this can get up. Ling's going to be streaming in here, going to be picking away at these drones. These roaches going to head over here as well. And I love this play from Lowly, despite being just continuously getting smashed right there. He's still throwing stuff out, still denying all these expansions. These roaches and Lings have done such a great job denying almost everything. He's going to once again be focusing down these production structures. And Nerchio is just long distance mining until this base gets up. Finally, it does get up here. And does he see it? Yes, he does. So Lowly does see that. In the meantime, though, we still have Nerchio moving forward with all these Broodlords, and we're going to have to see a lot of Corruptors come out here for... does he even have a spine? No, he does not. So that's going to be it. FXOLoWeLy is going to GG out of this game as soon as everything is picked off right there from those roaches. And what a crazy game right there. I love the Nidus attempt by Lowly. After he was just down after that first engagement, really, when Nerchio just really came in and punished him, took out his 4th base. He didn't have another 4th base building anywhere. He lost his 3rd base, but he still fought back, and he still did a ton of damage and almost kind of put it in his favor if he could have just got out some Corruptors and didn't lose that Spire. So close game, but Nerchio looks like he's able to take it. My name's Mr. Llama. I hope you guys enjoy this cast, and I will see you guys next time.